it was like an eye-opener to us. We are 4 months in, we're dominating Vancouver. So we went, I came there, and I swear to God, it took us 2 days. We were watching this in 2 days, and we start running with it. Like, if you would see how the website looked before we took it, and now how the website look, I think we have the best website, that Locksmith website you saw in ever. Our revenue went up by 35% in 4 months. And 35% in what we make, it's a lot.
All right, guys, how's it going? Super excited to be here with you today, because today we have a special guest on the show, Alexander Yegentayev. That's how you pronounce your last name, Alex?
Ignatiev, but it's okay.
Ignatiev. All right. Thank you for the correction. Yeah, but people always butcher my name and my last name, so I know how it feels like. But Alex has joined the program Local Service Mastery on how to generate his own leads himself 4 months ago, and the reason why I decided to bring him on today is because a couple of days ago he posted this very beautiful post on his Facebook page showing how he completely dominated the search result, from the paid ads, from the Google guarantee to the local results, all the way to his website in one of the most competitive keywords in a very competitive industry that is in the locksmith industry, where he's going to share with you in a second more about his business. But I thought it's a great opportunity for the service business owners who are watching, who are curious, what is this Local Service Mastery? Is it working? What is this all about? To bring a live example of a student that in 4 months was able to really bring his business to a whole new level. So Alex, thanks so much for taking the time. And can you tell us a little bit about your business? Because you're doing a lot.
Yeah, I came to Canada 14 years ago, and I worked for a company for like around 6 to 10 months as a locksmith. And then I saw I'm making money for some other company, why I can make money for myself, and then I just ran with it. When I left the company, I had like $5,000 to my name, and I just ran with it. I was illegal in Canada back then. It was a story. I was living sometimes I was living in a car, and it was like quite an experience. But 10 months after I left that company, I was already making substantial amounts of money. And then after around 6 or 7 months, I hired my first worker. And that's it. I ran with it. I was, to be honest with you, I was dominating for years. But what happened, my marketing team was starting to slack. And
okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. So you're in Vancouver, very competitive market, right? And you had not one but 2 service businesses.
I had 18
businesses.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. We were doing electrician because we were building the website. So the way I was working like part of the marketing team was a guy in Belarus, super nice guy. He was doing great. I can't say anything. His name is Alex as well. We were friends till this day. This was a part of it was half of the business. So I found him online and I told him, listen, let's start building websites, because I saw the bigger pictures. I told him, let's start building the websites for services, any services. Any service that will bring money to us, I'll give you 50%. I don't care. I'll give it to you, except the locksmith.
Yeah.
Well, I had garage door, appliances, cleaning company, electrician, HVAC, plumbers, and I was finding people to send them leads.
Yeah.
And we were making money. We were making good money. I can't say anything. But something happened along the line after 6-7 years. Listen, I'm to be honest with you, I'm like $2 million business. I'm not five or 500 or 600. I'm $2 million business. So in some point, I saw, statistics and everything, and we went, like it slashed by 40% in one of the years. So I start doing my due diligence. I start checking, like, what's going on, why we're not making, and he's like, will start disappearing. I don't know, he has like some issues.
And back then with Alex, what were you mainly doing? Was it just maps? Were you doing also paid ads? Like, what were the marketing channels?
With Alex, we were doing BPNs. With I don't
SEO.
know. Yeah, we were building websites on high authority domains, and we will be doing links to our websites, promoting it. And on page SEO, back then, 10 years ago, it was, to be honest with you, it was easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard, like right now. Right now, everything is harder because you need to work on it. With the AI, it's not that hard, but it's still harder than it was back then. We were dominating top 3 positions all the time, on almost even on every niche, and then 5-6 years into it, 7 years into it, something happened and we lost it. I hired another marketing company which was running the ads, and they spammed my website, my main website, Fast Locksmith, the one that was dominating in 28 cities. They did something, no idea what. One day I wake up, I had like freaking Chinese porn on the website.
Yeah.
So I know what they did. They was trying to promote garage doors through my website for some reason. I don't know what he was thinking, and it was my mistake because I gave him the access. I did this. Yeah. I totally because I wasn't. I controlled my assets. Obviously, I did, but I gave him access, and that was a mistake. That was a big mistake. And then he were doing the pay-per-click, and I was paying 18% on expense, which huge. I was spending $40,000 a month on advertisement, right?
Yeah.
So, so after a couple of years, I was like, man, that doesn't work. And then I saw your ad. Took me 4 or 5 months to, pull the trigger. I was like, okay. And then when I took the course, I swear to God, Lior, 2 days later, I fired everyone. 2 days. After I did I started going one by one. I was like, fuck those guys. I was like, I called this guy. I have a text. I can share the fucking text. I told him, listen, first of all, because I was like, okay, I'm going to do it smart. I was like, it was the weekend. They don't work. So I took all my assets, I removed all the excesses because I was seeing in your
to control, in the course you see that first thing that you want to control, who has access to all your assets.
Exactly. So I removed it, and he's texting me on Monday. I was like, oh, you did it like a coward, you removed. I was like, listen, bro, I did it as a coward. Let's see the last time you answered the message. So he was like texting me, he's like, we were working for so many years and you did it as a coward. I was like, bro, the past 2 years, I can show you the messages. You answering once a month, you're doing me a favor, I'm paying you $10,000, blah, 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 all this. I was like, I want to say, and he was an Israeli guy. I like the guy. I was like, let's stay friends. If you ever need something, you can call me, ask how am I doing. Business, I'm not going to do business with you. And that's it. I started running with it. My business partner, he's very knowledgeable in the Elementor and on page SEO and stuff. So I was just like, listen, I'm gonna take this course. I'm gonna watch it. Then I'm gonna come to your place. We're gonna watch it together, and we'll run with it. If we fall down, we're gonna fall down. I told him we're not stupid. You and I, we're not stupid. I told him we can figure this out.
Yeah.
I told him if the Russian can send a fucking monkey to the moon, we can figure out SEO. So we went. I came there, and I swear to God, it took us 2 days. We were watching this in 2 days, and we were we start running with it. Like if you would see how the website looked before we took it, and now how the website look, I think we have the best website, that Locksmith website you saw in ever. And we implemented something like the stuff that we start, because it was like an eye-opener to us. Because we were starting to think out of the box. Everyone have the same design of the website. Everyone have the same thing. Now we're implementing stuff that nobody does. You can book our service through the website, through an online shop. You will book the service contactless. You have contactless service. So you can leave me the key, you want to change your locks, you don't see me, you pay it through my website. No one does that in the industry. And this is all because of you, because you told us to think out of the box. We were sit down, I was like, what no one does? What no one does? No one does A, B, C, D, G. And we were like, we went on the competitors. Everyone is the same.
Yeah.
Everyone is the same. I don't want to be the same. I want to be the best. I was always like that. I want to be the best. I want to dominate. And it took me 4 months. We were number 11 when I started. Number 11 on that competitive niche. Like my website went down all the way to number 11. That's why I fired everyone. I was like, that doesn't work. I need to completely do something else. Completely. Right. That's why I found you, and I heard you, and you have a trusted face because you're very similar to me. You're just darker.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's it. I was like, I'm gonna do this, and that's it. And this is nothing. We just started, and we are 4 months in. We're dominating Vancouver. Yeah. We're dominating Vancouver. I'm not talking. We have another 28 cities with services. So this is the only one, and we are exploding. We right now have like 3,500 calls a month right now.
Crazy. Crazy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, this is with the organic. Did you, like, when you started, were you running Google Ads before? Once you started, were you continuing? Did you start seeing improvement in conversion rate? Like, can you talk about that side?
So that guy was running Google Ads for me for 7 years or something like that. Conversion was like 16 and a half, 17. We were on initial call. I remember I even shared it with you. It was like 16, 17, somewhere 18. But, and I always said...
Not the best, but not the worst.
For a marketing team, 18%, 17.5%, I'm not saying it's bad. It's not bad because he's not doing much. He's not doing much, but he's doing okay. He's doing okay.
Setting it up once and that's it.
Exactly. That's what it was. And every time I will come, listen, I'm getting negative, like I'm getting bad clicks on this and this and this and this. Why it's not changing? And I'm getting like 180 clicks a day, $1,000, $1,200 spent on his. I understand why he was doing that. I'm not stupid. He wants me to spend $1,000 a day, 15%. Obviously. I was okay with that because I was making $200,000, $180,000 a month. I don't care. I didn't care if I'm making that much. But in the point as my closing rate went down because I was getting shit calls, you know, I wasn't getting like a quality leads. I would get bedroom lockout. You tell the customer $85 or $120, they tell you to fuck off. You know, it's like tells you, no, I have someone for 30. I was like, why am I getting this shit leads? And I was every week, I was like, I'm getting shit leads. And he was brushing me off. And like one day I was like, well, you know, like it's broke the camel toe. You know, I was like, that's it. And I was like, no, that doesn't work. I need to do something by myself that. If I fuck up, it's on me.
Exactly.
You know? If it's on me, no one to blame. I need to get better. If I can get better, then I need to find someone who teach me to get better. That's it. It's simple than that. I'd rather to invest in myself and fuck up than to invest in someone else and then I'll blame him that I fucked up. Hiring him, you know? Why? Why am I doing this?
So once you start running your own ads, like what will you start seeing?
Right now we are, I would say, I'm advertising only 2 cities. I'm not even like, because we have so much work.
Yeah.
I don't wanna expand right now because I'm in active search in more locksmiths. And I'm not hiring people to teach. I want someone who is already experienced, so that takes time. So right now we are averaging like 40%, I think, conversion, 45. Some places I had like 66. I had some things that was like 66% conversion. Some places.
So almost every call is a lead.
We are on the advertisement, and we don't spend that much. We spend like $600 a day.
Yeah.
It's not, and we're running campaign for emergency locksmith, like in Vancouver. We're running campaign for automotive and Max. That's it. 3 campaigns, 96 keywords. I'm not running something out of this world, something that it's like crazy. People tell you like we need to build parabolas and charts and all that. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You took me, and I'm self-taught everything. So took me as on the computer and like took me 4.5 hours to set it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm spending, I'm not even, to be honest with you, I'm not spending anything in a day because, as you said, we hired a VA. Lior, you know what I did? Month after I was in your program, I fired my director. And I hired a VA. Seventh of what I'm paying.
Yep.
7th of what I was paying to that director.
And no health insurance and no compensation and
doesn't tell me doesn't tell me I don't feel comfortable like Canadians, I don't feel I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm paying you. Well, you don't feel comfortable doing this. I'm not asking you, I don't know, to get naked here. I'm asking you to do your job. I don't feel comfortable. What is this? It's like, I'm telling you. So I fired, and it was in the beginning because the business is big. In the beginning, I wasn't doing anything for 2.5 years. I was just chilling. I was living here, and I saw the business plummet. I was like, okay, that's not good. I need to take control. So I came back. I was there for 4 months in Canada, and I was looking. That doesn't work. So I fired the director. That's the first thing because you need to do a cleanup. Fired director. Fired 3 technicians that weren't performing good. I fired the dispatchers because I have a dispatching company by myself because we don't pay for any services. We had before I met you, I already had Filipinos dispatchers that was working for me as my company, and I even sell the services to another businesses, the dispatching services. So that wasn't new for me, but they weren't good because the director wasn't good, and it's like everything was rotten from the bottom. So I started clean up. I clean everything, and 4 months I'm basically up and running, and I'm doing better. So the business went up because what happened? Because when I found you, the business went down around 40%. Like it went crazy plummet. Like it was super bad. It wasn't bad. I'm still making more than $1 million. So it wasn't. I'm talking about in general.
No, but in comparison,
In comparison, like to 2 million, you like 1.4. It's a big difference,
Yeah.
So we went down, and then I fire everyone and did the cleanup, house cleanup, and everything. And that the program was a big eye opener for me because if you don't take control of your assets, that was the main thing. My assets was I have a shop. I have 4 shops in Vancouver. Now I have 3. I closed 1. So if you don't take possession of your assets, you're not in control. Yeah. You let control to someone. Now we have the VA that it's doing all the job, all the paperwork, everything. I have the dispatchers that answer in the phone that I taught properly.
Yeah.
I did the 4 months training. I'm still training. Them every day. It's gonna take at least another 4 to 6 months until they're gonna be totally trained, because the businesses you can't teach this in 4 months. It's not possible. They're gonna do mistakes and everything. But I'm preparing everything that is gonna be streamlined in a way. If I'm leaving for a month, I'm not answering the phone, the business is still working.
Which is something that I want to talk to you about after, because I think that what you were able to build is, and I told you this before we started recording, it's super impressive, especially in the service industry, that you're able to manage everything remotely. But before we get to this, Alex, you mentioned a couple of things that I think are super important, which is understanding that you have to take matters into your own hands and nobody cares about your business the way you do. The second thing is that I know that a lot of people are fearful that they're not technical enough coming into this. Like it sounds really good, because I'm telling people, hey, in 30 days, you would master lead generation. And people think that I'm crazy or that I'm selling dreams or whatever it is. And what was your experience, and maybe what was your technical background before you joined? And what can you tell to people who have this phobia that they're not, technical people? Is this something that any business owner can learn and implement?
Listen, I'm not gonna go around the bush and lie to you. I had experience, but I have a business partner. He's a total genius, in the aspect of he was learning with me about this stuff on the course. We were watching it together.
Yeah.
But he is a lot better than me. I don't know. So the way it worked with us, I caught the idea of the AdWords, the Facebook, all the ads thing, the paper, because I was doing it for many, many years. I caught the idea very good, and I totally dominated it. No problem. The other thing, the SEO thing was a little bit more difficult with me, because I'm not 100% technical on Elementor. But to be honest with you, I can build a website. I can show you. I built another website just to check my skills. I built it completely from scratch. But I will tell you the truth, he's a lot more technical than me. He was building a website before me, before we were even partners. But
so you're able to partner with someone who's technical, and you were like, as I'm doing everything, the way that I like to do is I would learn it, but I'll have someone manage. So you delegate, but you delegate once you know. So even if this business partner, God forbid, goes away, he can't grab you by the balls anymore. No one can tell you.
My best friend, but it's we're completing each other, because I know so much about the business. He's not a locksmith. He's we opened the first shop with him. First shop was mine. The second shop I opened with him, it was like almost 5 years ago. But he's not a locksmith that knows the ins and outs about the business and how to run it and all that stuff. But he's very, very methodical and technical about building programs that you can implement in the website. And he knows automotive locksmith, because I taught him. Back in the day, we were running just automotive locksmith shop. The second shop was just automotive. So he knows locksmithing, and he have an idea. We complement each other. So the way it works, he will build a page, and I will go and check the SEO on it. That the keywords are there, and he will put the right keywords, and I'll say, okay, we can't say it in that way. We need to say it in a different way, because it needs to rank in this. And he will go and he will implement that. And now we have we have two guys that they are our web developers. So basically, we will build a page, and we will tell them, okay, duplicate this page, 30 times for the service, for this location, and so on and so forth. Like we delegate most of the work, but we still hands-on on it.
Yeah.
We every day we have a Slack, we have like to-do lists. We run it as a marketing company, but we are the bosses now.
Yeah.
That is the main thing, that me and him, we are in control. I have someone who works for $7 an hour, and I tell him what to do. I tell him I want 10 pages today done, and today 10 pages is done. Otherwise, I'm gonna go and find someone else. And they know that.
Yeah.
We went through for 20 people. I was firing people left, right, and center. I know it sounds cruel, but this is part of doing business. 100%. Survival of the fittest. This is how it is. This is business. So for me, this is the main thing, that I'm in control of everything. I control it, and I know I don't have no one to come to blame except myself. If I fuck up, it's me. If I did something wrong, it's me. It's on me. It's nobody else. I can't blame my business partner because he's the same as me. If we did something wrong, we need to fix it. We need to fix it. No one else will fix it for you. No one cares about you. In this world, no one cares about you. People like grown men need to grow up. Like they need to see the world that nobody can. Oh, the marketing team, they care about your credit card. That's all they care.
100%.
That at the end of the month you pay the bill.
Now, tell me, did it open your appetite, like to go back and doing more services and ranking with more service businesses?
Obviously,
like what's the future? What's the future holds for Alex?
We're just starting. The goal is obviously, first of all, is to dominate all Vancouver back, because we were on top and we tasted it for years, and now we tasted it again, and of course we're gonna run for it. And now, because one of our websites, I wanna just touch on it a little bit. One of our websites, we bought the company. We bought a company, that the other one, that 30 years, that company was 30 years in business. Their domain is 25 years old. The oldest domain in all Vancouver. That's why that is part of us going there, because we are so authoritative, like our domain. So this is being technical now. So it's like, this is part of this. So I think and every page we create, with the guidelines, with the knowledge we got from the course, of course we're not stopping there, because we always have to evolve. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going on your meetings. I know I'm not, because
I will touch on it in a second.
I'm not. I have a problem with the timelines. So if I have to be there, I'm probably not gonna be there. It's a problem for me to commit. So that's why. No,
but there's another thing. It's funny that you touched on the weekly group calls, because on sales calls, it's me and my sales team. What we tell people is that, listen, 10 to 15% of the people join the program, which is most likely people like you, maybe have like a little bit of experience, or you're like your business partner who's like, that is more tech savvy. That's all you need, to be honest. You don't even need the weekly group calls, because all the program is self-explanatory. Like it's not rocket science. People think that lead generation and marketing and running, like, no, like we're giving you a step-by-step, like we're feeding you exactly what you need to do. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need. But I would say you have to educate yourself more. This is amazing base. Amazing.
Yes.
But you have to, if you want to be average, you average and a little bit more, because that course will get you to average and more. I'm not saying it's not, but we are in 2025 almost. The course is a little bit like 22, 23.
Okay. Now we've updated it.
Yeah, okay. So 23, 24, whatever. You still need to educate yourself more and try to think out of the box. What is innovative? What makes more? I'm not saying the course is amazing. The courses opened my eyes and got me where I am. Not saying, but there is more stuff to it you can expect beyond course.
What if I understand what you're saying is, listen, this program will give you the foundation of lead generation and marketing, but then you as a business owner need to be an innovative in your own industry and in your own principle. Like the example that you gave, that listen, if everyone's doing the same, I need to think of how I'm taking myself into the next level. And I think that this is a great example, and this is, like a lot of people are asking me, hey Lior, but what if five other locksmiths are in Vancouver, okay? Like if I have 10 other garage door companies in LA, I'm like, great, everyone will have the same starting point now. It's not because Alex got lucky that he paid, like a good marketing guy in Belarus, and Jimmy, poor guy, he got screwed over by a US-based marketing company that he paid like $40,000 a year, and it's just unluck. No, everyone will have the same starting point. We will basically even up the playing field, and now this is true capitalism. This is true, meritocracy. Whoever is really gonna do the best, gonna do the most, gonna be the most innovative, gonna push. For example, we just finished up the group call. One of my students, he has now, after joining the program, he started his YouTube channel, followed everything that we taught him, and now he has over 40, almost 50,000 subscribers, all organically to his YouTube channel. He has millions of views to his videos. Last day he said that 3 of his jobs, every job that he went, oh yeah, I saw your face on YouTube. So he's becoming a local celebrity. Now obviously we're giving you all the foundation and what to do, but at the end of the day, you need to bring your personal touch to it. And I think that if I'm not mistaken, this is what you're trying to basically say here, Alex.
100%. 100%. That's what you need to do. You get the foundation. You give us the tools. What we do with the tools, it's on us. Yeah. Again, it's like there is no magic formula. There is no magic in the world at all. You know that. If you're not gonna work hard, I'm not saying work hard 20 hours a day or something like that. But to be honest with you, in the first 4 months, him and I, because his schedule is a little bit different. He wakes up 1 p.m. and I wake up at 6. So I would work till 6 to 9 p.m., 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. And he will work 1 p.m. until 5 a.m. And then I wake up at 6 and basically we will work for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So that was what happened for the first 3.5 months, something like that. And then one day I wake up, he texted me at night. He texted me, he's like, bro, look at this. And he sent me this text. And we're like, Locksmith service. And I was like, fucking Lior. He didn't lie.
But again, it takes, and this is what I tell people before they join it, that it takes two to tango, meaning that even if you're getting the best information in the world, which I believe that our program is when it comes to lead generation and marketing, even if you're getting the best information in the world, if you're not going to put the time and effort to learn it and implement it, you're not going to see results. This is not some marketing agency that overpromises and underdelivers, and they're going to put you to sleep to 6 to 12 months just so you can, pay them their monthly. No. Here, hey man, you want to take matters into your own hands? All right, I will give you and I will show you every single thing you need to do. But unless you're going to do it and unless you're going to put things to work, it's not going to work. And you guys, and this is a good word that I want to congratulate and say about you and your partner, is that you actually implemented it and you've done, like you said, like we took what you gave us and now it opened our eyes and we did even more. And this is where we're right now, and we're only getting started. So I really, really love it. I want to ask you, Alex, thinking right now, first of all, as a business owner who went through this program, who would you recommend this program to, and who would you advise to really stay away from local service mastery and maybe just try to get lucky with a marketing agency?
I would recommend for every service business to go on it. It's not worth it that you guys just give away your hard-earned money to people that don't even care about you. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Again, I recommend every service business that spend a lot of money on. Obviously, if you spend $5,000 on marketing, you are not the right fit. I don't think you're the right fit for this program, because I think you need to make substantial amount to invest. You know, like it's,
what we say is, like, if you're doing less than $250 a year,
it's
not the program.
Like, if you make
like if you're just starting out,
maybe 150 is okay, but still you need to. It's very. But again, you can make 150, start the program, and then you 3x, 4x, and then you can invest more. I don't know. People that don't make enough, I don't think they're a good fit for the program. But people that wants to take their business to the next level, I think it's very good fit. Very good.
Amazing.
Because our revenue went up by 35% in 4 months.
Crazy.
And 35% in what we make, it's a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
100%. Now, I wanna move a second from, the program. Obviously, it's amazing, but I want to talk about your specific situation, because I think that, and I told you this again, like off camera, is that we just had a call on our weekly group call where one of our students, is also in your industry, but he's like looking to stay small. He thinks that he can't trust people because nobody will do the job as good as him. And I was trying to really convince him that no, listen, there are other ways to grow a business, and if you'll just do this, you'll just like run yourself to the ground. Just like working. And you're right now, you're in Mexico, and you're operating this amazing service business almost fully remotely. So I want to ask you, for people back home who are watching this, like, can you give some lessons, some tips, some insights on how you can become from a technician, how you can grow into a business owner who's able to basically have sort of a location freedom and operate your business remotely? Like, can you touch a little bit on this?
So I would say, because most of the business is online. Of course, I have shops, yes, but it starts from the team you have on the ground. It starts from there. If you have a team that you can trust.
How do you get there, Alex? Like the question is, if I'm coming, nobody does a job as good as me. Like, how do you even
you stay
find
with
a
them
team like that? How do you train them?
You stay with a team until you feel comfortable. Leave them. So I didn't left to Mexico right away. So I went for 2.5 months. I came back. Everything was running, like, except the advertisement, because the advertisement, that was what bring me for 4 months until I was completely sure again. And now I'm 6 months already in Mexico. So in general, I'm almost 3 years here. So in the beginning, when I make the decision to move here, because my future wife, she's Mexican, so she went to school and whatever. So we had why we moved. So until I was sure in the core of the business, I wasn't leaving. But I was training them. I was investing a lot of time on training. This is the ABC. You can't leave without knowing that your guys are trained. And another thing, my guys are not, most of the locksmith industry, we say it's hoppers. You know what's hoppering. We work the way the business model is to, in the end of the day, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
The business model that most Israelis run is not a sustainable one. And brings me again to think out of the box. My guys work on salaries. They don't work on percent. They make bonuses. You know? It's a different business model, because if they work on salary, they totally depend on me. But if they're contractors, who is Alex?
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. So this can be a blessing in disguise, but it can be a curse as well, because if you have not enough business, you still need to sustain the salaries.
Yeah.
So you have to be very, like, you need to be very strategic. You can't just wake up today, oh, I want to move. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to strategize everything. You have to be like playing chess, you know? You have to think 3 moves ahead. You can't... I had contractors. I had 18 guys working for me. I almost went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Almost went bankrupt because I had 18 guys working for me. Yeah. Contractors.
With the 50% splits, and all of a sudden, like, there's nothing left.
40%, and then you spend 50% or 60% on advertising, and you left with $5,000, and then you're making $200,000, and you left with 15,000. Your expenses are 25, and you know, like. Yeah. And one day I was like, okay, that doesn't work for me. There is businesses that they work percent, they work whatever for years, 20, 25 years, and they're doing great. But in order to run a business like that, you have to have security. You have to be secured in your people. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And lots of... you still have to be hands-on. You have to be hands-on. I'm answering, they're asking questions and everything all the time. We have a group, but you need at least one guy in the company that you can totally rely on him. This is very important. If you don't have that guy, you're going to have a difficult time to run a business very far. But if you have one, because he can be basically you, but there.
Yeah. And do you compensate them like with percentage, or like how do you,
how do you
make sure that they're loyal to you?
Yeah, we pay hourly, like industry standard, whatever is the industry standard. Plus we pay 10% bonus on every $1,000 they close a day. And after hours, they make 25% commission on all the jobs they close. So they work. And they make good money. It still comes out to around 35%. You're losing around there. Yeah. But it's more secure because there's a salary. They know 2 weeks they're going to get their paycheck. It's a security for them. We work like a proper company. Yeah. We don't work like under the table, pay you cash, that bullshit. No, pay taxes and all that stuff. That's it.
Amazing, beautiful.
This is the way for me, it works. There is another guy in my industry, in my city, they work in a different way. There's 2, I think, and they're both on your program. And they work in a different way.
I know of another guy that graduated the program also in your city. He also moved into the model of paying salaries, because again, like the thing also with salaries, like when you're a subcontractor, so it's like, yeah, I'm taking a little bit from Alex, I'm taking a little bit from Joe, and a little bit from Mary, or whatever it is. But when you're building yourself into a point that you're hiring people with salaries, that means that it's not just the salary, it's they're getting they're not coming with their vehicles. They're getting, the company car that they're going. They're getting health insurance. They have like liability insurance. They have like all these different mechanisms that people think, oh no, I prefer to do it this way. But no, a lot of people are, especially, and again, there's two types of people, I believe. There are people who are business owners who are more risk, like oriented, and there are people who are like just looking for that safety net, and that's people who are like looking to be an employee. And you need both, because we can have a world of just entrepreneurs, or we can have a world of just employees. So you need to find someone or a group of people who tend to be more like, like that second group, where they're looking for that stability. And because, and if we're going back into the lead generation, because you're in charge of marketing and lead generation, you're not afraid, because you know that you'll be able, the numbers, that you'll be able to generate those leads, that you'll be able, to get the phone to ring, so you can basically ensure that they're all busy. But
yes.
if you're not, then yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a scare for like I was sustaining my workers for around 2 years.
Yeah.
I almost some months it was like I would needed to pay out of my pocket my money that was saved in my account to pay them just to sustain them, because the marketing was so bad. And only after 2 years I was like, what's going on? Like, how this business went that sideways? And when I did the course, I was like, okay, I need to do a change. I was like, fire everyone. Let's start from beginning. Let's go to the basics. Basically, we went to the basics. We built from the ground. And we just, and then with like 4 months. It's only 4 months, and sky's the limit. Basically, first of all, there's no limit to anything. We're limitless.
There's no limit.
there's no limit.
The only limit that you're putting in your head.
Exactly. Whatever is here is the only limit you can have. But that's the mindset. And again, I came to the program. I knew I had expectations, and I got tenfolds. I had big expectations. I'm not saying, I was like, okay, if I'm going in, I know I can do it, and I know I can do it better than anyone else. That's what my expectation was.
Beautiful.
And
beautiful.
I have results to prove it. Like, I have the data to back it up. It's not, I'm not talking in the air. I showed it's not total, it's totally dominated. It's like every position, everything. Both websites.
Alex, I want to thank you so much for taking the time, man. Enjoy Mexico. Enjoy the sunny weather, especially when now in Vancouver it starts getting colder. Man, I'm rooting for you, and I want to see you dominating all the industries, not just Locksmith, man. Thank you
so much. Thank you for having me.